Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. Let's talk about faith or fake healing. Ooh, let's get into it. But before we do, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought, a comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. I want to talk about the phenomenon, or I'm going to say it's not even a phenomenon, but I want to talk about what's called faith healing. Now, just in case you don't know, faith healing, and I'm sure some of you do, most of you do, but faith healing is the belief and practice by preachers and then also Christians that they could lay hands on people, excuse me, that they could lay hands on people, and when they lay hands on people, God's power comes out of their hands and then into the sick bodies and then heals the sick bodies. It's just one problem. It doesn't happen. Now, I have to tell you that I am very familiar with faith healing. I was saved under the Word of Faith movement, which practiced the church that I was a part of, the churches that I was a part of, that they all practice laying on of hands, laying on of the sick, with the promise that if the pastor lay hands on you, in fact, I was in one of my first churches I was a part of, that the pastor would have healing services. Every Sunday night he would teach the word, and then after that he would lay hands on the sick every Sunday night. Now, he was a teacher, and he was kind of a little different than some of the other faith healers. Now, this is Benny Hinn, one of the most prominent faith healers. Now, by the way, I'm also going to say that they're fake healers. They're not faith healers, they're fake healers. And then even saying fake healers, using the word healings, is probably too much because healings don't happen. But I'll come back to that. But the pastor that I was under, and this was a Word of Faith church, that the Word of Faith church taught faith, healing, prosperity as a promise that you, because you are a child of God, this is what's owed you. This is your inheritance. And so he would instruct people that he spent 20 minutes before he actually started to pray for the sick. And one of the things he would do is he would say that I'm going to lay my hands on you, and the power of God is going to come out of my hands and into your body, affecting a healing and a cure. He even goes into how he came about that, how God specifically anointed him, how God, the healing power was imparted to him. Just as a side note, this faith teacher, he died at the ripe old age of 89 of sickness. But I digress. The practice goes way back to the early days, 30s, 40s, and the 50s. All right. And as you can see right here, this is an extremely old picture. So they've been doing this for quite some time. This is Oral Roberts. He was back in the 40s and the 50s. As you can see, he would sit on a chair, and thousands would be in the audience, hundreds would be in the line, and they would come by and he would lay hands on them. I just have to stop. Look at that microphone. Okay, I digress. So the biggest thing is that the people, when they come to these healing services, okay, when they come to these healing services, they are oftentimes, they come with the hope of being healed. Okay, they come. Now look at this. So this is a healing service. So he's pretending, she's hoping to be healed. He's pretending that he's healing you. Okay? And then the result is that they fall out under the power. Now, Benny Hinn oftentimes practiced that. This was a show. Now, Benny Hinn was a showman. He's kind of much older now, so I don't think he did a lot of healing. But look at this. He would wave his jacket and people would pretend like they're falling down. Now, about that. So, here is the deception, the switch and bait, right? You say, I'm sick. Then you come up to the prayer line for healing, right? You come up to the prayer line for healing. Now, I'm going to come back to that in a moment because I want you to see about that. But you come to the prayer line, right? These are prayer lines. And so you say, I want to be healed. Your hope is that God will heal you. And so this happens. They lay hands on you, right? If you go to a Benny Hinn, or there are now other characters that have succeeded Benny Hinn, so they do the same thing. These auditoriums were like 20,000 filled with hundreds, maybe thousands of people in line. And he would put on this show. And you think, wow, look at the power of God. He's waving his hand and people are falling out. The more simpler prayer lines result in this, whether it's in a church or in the auditorium. But you see people being prayed and then they get it's called slain in the spirit or falling out under the power. So remember, what is falling out under the power? That there is healing power in the hands of the ministers. And it can be also in anyone that, because actually they believe that any believer can lay hands on people. But I want you to see this now. Because again, what is despicable about this? And again, it took me many years to kind of realize I need to denounce this. Because I would see this and I would go, okay, I wouldn't understand what was happening. That here's the thing, that healings don't happen in these meetings. You know what is interesting? And I could show scores of healing pictures. I'm just not, but I could show scores of them. Out of all of the millions of people that go to these meetings, these preachers cannot produce one tangible healing. Think about that. Instead, they go and they are treated to a show. This is a show right here. This is a show. This is a show. This is a show. This is a show. But no healings. Not one person can say with a tangible healing. Now, what do I mean by tangible healings? Because you see, there are people that will say, I got healed. So let's kind of go back to this picture here. See that lady? Now let's assume, now there's a couple of things that I want to dissect with this picture here. Now let's just say this picture, this lady is sick and she's praying. Now here's what I'm going to say. If she has a tangible condition, tumor, paralysis, right? Something like that, she's not going to get up off that bed. You pray for her like you see he's doing, but she's not going to get up off the bed. Now worse, let's say she had a condition where she's ill, she's sickly, weak, and in the adrenaline, the excitement, yeah, she can get up and she can walk. Physically, she was never healed. In other words, her condition never changed. So she may get up, she may walk in a bigger audience, they may parade them around. And worse, it's just a plain fake, which you're seeing right here. Now, oftentimes, basically, with the masses of people, they just come through and get their hands laid on like that and go on. Still, no healings. And this show, of course, people get involved with the show because I don't know why. In other words, when you're in that, and if you're those people, and this is just a show, they're not even in line for healing. He's just doing that, pretending like the power of God is just being kind of willy-nilly thrown out, and it's just what's happening. They're not even for healing. But if you go to these guys, and then this is what you see, they will fall out. Let's ask a question here, guys. If I am sick and I go up to God in hope to be healed. Now, one of the saddest things is many of the people who go there who have like cancer, right? Terminal cancer. They go in hope to be healed. They die. That's what happens. They die. Now, what you see here is if I'm going to go to God for healing, why would I need this? I need to be healed. If I have a cancerous tumor, I have paralysis, in other words, I can't walk. How about this? If I have herpes or AIDS, okay, I want to be healed. These are tangible conditions. And this is all they do. He knows he's fake. By the way, Benny Hinn knows he's a fake. The guys right there that's falling, they know it's a fake. And I can multiply these clips, these videos by the thousands. So the question is that we should ask ourselves is, if I'm going for healing, why am I getting this? This is bait and switch. Why am I getting this? If God is going to actually dispense his power, right? And then he's going to give out his power, show his power to heal. Why would he do this? Why do I need that? In other words, if you're going to use the power, rather than knock me to the ground, how about take the tumor out? How about heal me, make the blind see, the lame walk, the deaf hear, right? Why not do that? That's worthless, what you see there. That people are falling out under the power, right? And churches do that. Now let me tell you why they do it. Because you can't see it in this picture, but that auditorium is filled with people. 15, 20,000 people. That's why they do it. Why do churches do it? Because it fills the auditorium. Auditorium means more people. More people means more money, more fame. And in the end, what kind of faith is that really in God? Because I guarantee you, many of them know they're not getting healed. And that's the sad thing here. Faith or fake healing? It's fake to their shame. All right, guys, that's my perspective. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. I'll see you in the next video.